going to do is I'm going to talk about my COVID shot experience. So, first of all, when I started doing these live sessions, which would have been like exactly a year ago, I started doing them talking about like COVID and the pandemic and all the different things that were happening, right? That was kind of what I was talking about and doing. I talked about the world, I talked about all the different things like educators were experiencing, that I was experiencing, that just people in general were experiencing. And now I'm here literally 1 year later, and I'm talking to you about the vaccine for it because I got it. I'm done. I had the vaccine, I had both shots of the Moderna vaccine. So let's talk a little bit about that and, you know, talk through my experience with the vaccine and stuff like that. So I was eligible for the vaccine like end of February timeframe, early March, I guess at this point. Can't recall the exact date because the governor in my state kept changing it. As you know, each state had a completely different time frame for when people were getting vaccinated, and I was an educator, so we were considered frontline essential workers. So that's when I was able to get vaccinated. But here was the thing. So to get my first shot, so my county is extremely heavily populated. So what I actually had to do was I realized in my county it was going to be very difficult when shots would open up for educators. They were like filling up like that. So what I had to do is I actually had to go to a county next to mine, which is really close to where I live. But I had to go to the county next to mine, and I was able to get a shot pretty much right away. So I scheduled my first shot. I was extremely nervous to get this thing. I was relieved that I was going to be getting it, but I was still really, really, really nervous. So I totally did not sleep that night. Yeah, didn't sleep at all that evening. Hardly at all. Like the night before my shot, I really didn't sleep. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep. So I was dead tired. Had a little bit of a headache, but I knew you're not supposed to take medicine before you get your shot, right? At least that's what they're saying. They don't really know, but it's just a general recommendation is don't take medicine before your shot, right? Like Advil or Tylenol or ibuprofen, anything like that. So I didn't. So I go in for my shot, and it was pretty quick and easy. I went into the place. They gave me like a form. I filled it out. It took like 2 minutes, and I was up like getting my shot. She told me to pick an arm. I picked my right arm for the first one, and she gave me the shot. It didn't hurt or anything. I mean, you didn't even know she was giving it to you, other than they were telling you they gave it to you. Because I didn't look. I turned my head. My anxiety was really high, but they said, go sit down for 15 to 30 minutes, depending on your comfort level, and then you can leave. So I got the shot. I texted a bunch of people, told people I got it and all that fun stuff, and was super excited. And yeah, so I sat there for the 15 minutes. I felt fine. I thought, I'm probably fine. I'm going to drive home. Drove home, called my wife, called my parents, all that kind of stuff, told them I got the shot, felt okay, got home, and pretty much went the rest of my day like waiting for some kind of side effect to appear. But alas, nothing happened. I went to bed. So I got my shot in the morning, that first shot, and probably like 9:30 in the morning. And by 9 at night, I went to bed. When I went to bed, I did feel a little chilly, but I actually slept through the night just fine. Never had a temp, nothing like that. Woke up the next day and actually was able to work out. So I first shot, nothing. So I did have arm pain probably come on maybe like 3 to 4 hours after the shot. Now I get arm pain when I get any vaccination, like the flu shot or anything. I get shoulder pain. So I kind of know after I get a shot to like do this a bunch throughout the day. Like after the first shot, like throughout the day, I did this like just a couple times throughout the day. Like I'd stretch my shoulders, do this kind of thing, just here and there throughout the day whenever I thought about it, because it does severely lessen the pain. But yeah, I was completely fine. No side effects with my first shot whatsoever. Was able to wake up the next day. I did a light workout that morning, And then I was completely fine the rest of that day. My arm was like really killing though for some reason from the shot, which is fine. That's normal. And the following day, so I got the shot on a Thursday. Friday, I worked out a little bit, completely fine, no side effects other than sore arm. That Saturday, I surfed that morning, which involves tons of paddling, you know, and my arm was completely fine after surfing. So that was shot one. So that was it. No, nothing, really, no side effects, right? It was great. I was super excited to have gotten it. I got the Moderna shot, just to reiterate. And just another thing, you know, I'm not a medical professional, so if you're watching this, don't assume that anything that I'm saying is what you're gonna experience or anything like that. You know, if you have questions about the shot, please contact your doctor or physician or something like that, CDC, that kind of stuff. That's just a little disclaimer. But I was excited to get the first shot, you know, based on the Moderna trial study and Pfizer study, actually. Both of their phase 3 studies, you can look them up in the New England Journal of Medicine. After 14 days of your first shot, each of those shots are pretty much 95% effective after the first shot. So I was super excited. I knew after about 10 to 14 days that I was pretty much going to be covered for, you know, COVID, to the extent that even if I got it, I'd have a lower case, even if I got a variant or something like that. Very apprehensive about my second shot and nervous for a few reasons. First of all, a lot of the rumors that are around about the second shot are that it has worse side effects. So that's a little scary, right? Yeah, that was a little scary. And the other thing is, you know, when I do look at the research study, I see that the second shot doesn't prevent any more than the first. You know, the problem is with the research is they weren't able to study how effective the first really was after 28 days. You kind of have to get the second. And they knew the second increased your antibodies and all that stuff. So, you know, and I talked to, you know, a doctor friend of mine who is, you know, very much involved in this process, and he confirmed, like, yes, you know, you get the second shot. So, you know, I really had no question. It was just me being nervous about the shot. So anyway, lo and behold, I'm finally due for my second shot this past Thursday, actually. So we are currently, let's see, this morning at 9:30. So actually right now I'm like 72 hours post-shot. So I had it on Thursday, yeah, Friday, Saturday, so yeah, I'm 72 hours post-shot right now. So I had a Thursday morning, and I get there, I was really nervous for this shot. My wife came with me this time. She took my picture, so I do have a picture I need to post on my Facebook page of me getting the shot. And I'm gonna do like a funny picture with, like, I don't know, turning like into the Incredible Hulk after the shot to like have like a joke, you know, that kind of thing, or something like that, or have like I don't know, like a snake tongue or something, or like a third arm or something funny kind of picture after getting the second shot. I think will be good. But anyway, so I get the shot. This one, I didn't even know that I mean, this was like nothing. I had that in the same arm, absolutely nothing. The first shot like hit a little nerve for like 5 minutes after the shot. My pinky and ring fingers felt a little tingly because it hit the ulnar nerve in my arm. But this shot didn't do that at all. It's completely fine. I waited for 15 minutes and I was like, I'm good to go. Let's get out of here. So me and my wife drove home. My anxiety was very high after the shot because I didn't know what to expect. So I came home and I blocked off Thursday and Friday from most meetings and stuff. I did have one meeting scheduled for Friday, but Thursday was completely blocked off because I just knew I didn't know how I was going to react to this shot, right? I was a little scared. So I went throughout the day and for the most part, was pretty fine. My son had a golf practice on, let's see. So I got the shot Thursday and that noise right now is my wife opening up the garage. So I got the shot, let's see, Thursday morning, like 9:30 or something like that. And, oh, that was my computer going into sleep mode. So I got the shot probably like 9:30 Thursday morning. This is shot 2, Moderna. And, let's see, my son had golf at 4:30. I had no problem, went to golf, took him to golf lessons. I feel like when I was there, I started to feel a little lethargic, maybe. and maybe this is in my head, I don't really know, but I felt like I was maybe a little lethargic, but not really. I felt okay. Got home, ate dinner, and played some video games. I realized when I was playing the games that I was a little tired, like maybe a little lethargic, but also maybe a little anxious, like saying like, is this going to get worse? Went downstairs, watched TV with my wife, like normal. I mean, everything's normal. As I was going to bed, I was like, I wonder if I'm not feeling great. But again, I have anxiety and that's all normal stuff. So my wife says, as I'm going to bed, she says, wow, you're at 12. I'm at the 12-hour mark at this point. It's like 9:30 at night. She's like, wow, you pretty much, she's like, I think you might have got lucky and not had any side effects with your second shot. I said, that would be awesome. Let's wait and see. So I'm going into bed and that's it. I pretty much am going into bed. I'm a little chilly going into bed. Maybe felt like I had a little chill, but nothing out of the ordinary at all. I had some like muscle cramping, I guess, at that point when I was laying in bed trying to go to sleep. But again, I lifted the day before lifting. So all that's kind of nothing out of the ordinary so far. But these are like little signs for what was to come that I think was like my body telling me something is coming. um, so lo and behold, I sleep. During my sleep, I'm having really weird dreams. So if you've ever had feverish dreams, you know what I'm talking about. But I had like dreams that made no sense, were really weird, and just like bad sleep-ish type feverish dreams. So I woke up at 2 a.m., like 2:30 in the morning. So I probably fell asleep at like 10:30, woke up at 2:30, and I woke up to a freezing chill, like a chill, like, you know, when you're getting a fever, you're chilly. So I woke up to a chill and I thought, oh, great, I'm probably getting a fever. But the chill went away really quick. Usually when I get a fever chill, it's like this long, like hour or two long process of being chill and not being able to get warm no matter what I do. This, I was chilly, but then I have a second blanket next to me. And so really strategic. Me and my wife each use separate comforters, separate blankets. So it makes life so much easier in a sleeping situation when trying to share a blanket. No, not working. So I have two blankets. One is when like I'm hot. I usually fall asleep with one on, and if I get cold, I put the second one on. So I woke up with this chill, like a chill, and I didn't know if that was my anxiety, or me being sick and not feeling well. So I put my second blanket on and it warmed me up and I was like, oh, this is great. But then I couldn't go to sleep. And I felt like I was wide awake, but like not right. Something didn't feel right in my body or head or something. I was like having weird thoughts, like not weird thoughts, but like I couldn't slow my mind down, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I kept thinking to myself, like, man, I bet I have a fever right now. But I totally could not, like I would get up to use the restroom or something like that and I feel okay. I was like, but I feel okay. I just feel like I don't feel well. I don't know how to explain it. It was very weird. So I laid in bed until, let's see, doing that. So, oh yeah. So after I put my second blanket on too, I started getting a little sweaty, but it wasn't like a night sweat where you're like, you know, a night sweat is considered like when you drench your shirts all just, you got to take it off, your sheets are wet. I didn't have that. I was just sweaty. So I kept like taking my blanket off, getting a little chilly, putting it on, getting a little hot, like, and I was like, oh, I just cannot sleep because I swear like I'm sick from this shot. But I felt okay. I just was like, I guess I was like a little groggy, but like could not go back to sleep. I wasn't feeling normal, if I can say that. I was not feeling normal. I eventually at some point, maybe from like 5 to 6, dozed off for a little bit and then woke up at 6 to my kids, or 5:30, woke up to them like doing something. Laid in bed again until like 6:30 because I felt okay. I mean, I felt okay. Went to the bathroom to take my temperature and my temp was 99.6, 99.5 in one ear, 99.6 in the other. So I was like, oh, great. So I have a low grade temp. So this is the problem. This is why I'm not feeling great. So I said, let me Oh, and the other thing that I did at this time is there's two things I want to say right now. So first of all, I took my um, heart rate, and my heart rate was around between 90 and 100, which is crazy for me. Normally, my morning heart rate is like in the 50s, sometimes in the 40s. A high day would be like in the 60s, depending on how awake I am. And it was like a 90 to 100. So I was like, oh, great. So I said to myself, okay. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say is during this time when I was laying in bed, just myself, like, and not being able to sleep, I was getting real crampy. And what I mean by that is, and mostly in my feet and legs and a little bit in my arms and chest, I'd feel like, when you have like a muscle cramp and like your muscle just like compresses when you're really dehydrated or something like that. It's something that happens to me a lot if I do a really long distance run, like afterwards, or sometimes when I'm surfing in the cold water, like your foot or calf will cramp up. I was getting these cramps like that in the bottom of my foot, like my plantar fasciitis, whatever it's called, and my calf muscle and my thighs, and a little bit in my arms and chest. Like it was just like the muscle would like cramp, but it wasn't like a bad cramp, but I felt it. So I felt that during the sleep the whole time, at night. It was like on and off. So I did have some water to try to, I thought, oh, maybe I just lifted a lot the day before kind of thing. But anyway, so after I had the fever, I noticed the fever and I noticed my heart rate was up. I said, okay, let me get a shower, let me eat some breakfast. And I was completely fine to do all this. I was like, fine to get a shower and fine to eat breakfast. So I was like, I feel fine. This is really weird. I have a fever. My body doesn't feel on, I feel off, but like I also don't feel terrible. Like I feel okay. Um, let's see. So now we're at like 8 a.m. probably. I had eaten, I had gotten a shower, I checked my temp again. It's still 99.6. So I was like, all right, it's time to take meds. It's been almost 24 hours since the shot. I took one ibuprofen. So one 200 milligram ibuprofen just to see like if it would take my temp down or anything like that. And my heart rate was down at that point a little bit finally to like in the 70s and 80s. It wasn't up to 100, so I was happy about that at least. My more normal daytime heart rate, it varies from 60 to 80, so that was fine. And um, I checked my temp around 9 and it was down. So from the medicine, did go down to about 98.7. So I was like, all right, so my temp is down. My normal temp is like 97.9. So I was still higher, like a solid degree higher, but it was down below 99. And I felt okay. So I came upstairs and tried to do a little work, like check my email and stuff, but I really was I wasn't feeling work. I just couldn't think. I was supposed to have a meeting at 10 and or 11 or something like that, and it was a long meeting. It was an hour and a half long. I realized that was probably going to be a really bad idea for me to try to attend it because A, I couldn't really concentrate, and B, it was a long time and I was probably going to need to lay down or something. So I said, let's cancel this meeting. I couldn't cancel the meeting, but I had to send the facilitator an email, just say, hey, I had my second shot. I'm not feeling well. I'm not gonna be able to come. And that was a good decision on my part because I didn't feel great during the meeting. So my temp stayed down below 99 the rest of that morning. I felt okay. I was able to I went outside and got some sun. I kind of laid around. I couldn't really do any work and think. I didn't feel well. I was able to respond to some emails here and there. Um, I was able to eat lunch just fine. My hunger never went away. That's for sure. I Afternoon came and after lunch I was tired. And I think I was tired probably from the shot a little bit from having this fever and the fact that I would have woken up at 2 a.m. and wasn't able to go back to sleep. So I actually went in now I never take naps ever. Me falling asleep in the day is impossible. I mean, I can lay down for 5 or 10 minutes to just relax, but falling asleep, no. So I went in the bedroom. I put I have one of those eye things, so it's dark. I put that on. Next thing I knew, I opened my eyes and it was an hour and a half later. So I zonked. I totally fell asleep for a while, and it I felt refreshed when I got up. So this is probably like 2, 3 p.m. right now when I woke up from my nap. Woke up and was able to check some email and stuff. And as I was upstairs, like checking my email, I started to get a little, I felt like I had a little chill again. It wasn't like a bad, like chill, but I felt like I had a little chill. Remember, I took medicine at 8, so that medicine had worn off by like 1 or 2 p.m. and it was only one ibuprofen, so it was way worn off by like 2 p.m. So now we're at like 3:30 p.m. and I felt a little chill. I went back into bed with the blanket on, and I was like, why do I need a blanket on in the middle of the day, like 4 p.m.? Like, that's not normal. I went and took my temp, and it was going back up. It was up to like 99.1, 99.2, something like that. So I said, all right, I'm going to take some more meds. Took meds, just kind of hung out for a while, went upstairs, did some more email and stuff, and went outside to try to get fresh air, that kind of stuff, and was able to eat dinner. I didn't eat dinner until like 6 p.m. or something like that. I waited until my temp, so my temp went back down to like 98.9, I think. So this is like 6 p.m. I couldn't really do my normal like nightly routine where I play video games and stuff like that. Just was totally not up for that. So at this point, we're at like getting to like I'm watching TV with my wife and it's like bedtime. So we're at like 36 hours post vaccine. At this point, I check my temp. It's like 98. It's like hovering between 98.7, 98.6, that kind of thing, which is good. It means I don't have a fever. I am on meds. I remember a couple times it was like 98.9, and I was like, oh, is it going to go up past 99 again? But it didn't. So I fell asleep with my temp just below 99. I had been drinking a lot of water throughout the day, so I knew I was going to have to wake up to go to the bathroom a couple times because I'd been drinking like tons of Gatorade, tons of water to stay really hydrated. So I knew that was going to affect me, and I had like a big glass of water before bed. So I woke up around midnight to use the restroom, took my temp. It was still below 99. So I was off meds at that point because if I took meds at like 3:34, they weren't lasted. And again, I only took one ibuprofen. It was totally not gonna last up to midnight. So my temp was below 99, which was good. And I realized I was still having somewhat of a feverish sleep, not the same as the night before. I was not having any of those muscle cramps or anything like that again, but I was still having somewhat of a feverish sleep. And I was able to fall back asleep, but again, I was never chilled all night, but I was like sweaty all night. Again, no night sweats or drenching sweats, but just like sweaty. Like I could tell that my body's thermostat was not working correctly. So I mostly slept on and off that whole next night. I didn't have a good sleep, but it was much better than the night before. I was able to continuously fall. So I probably woke up 2 more times throughout the night. And let's see. I woke up 2 or 3 more times throughout the night, took my temp each time, and each time was below 99. So that was good. And so I knew that was a positive sign, and I was able to somewhat sleep better. So I was happy about all of that. And but I was still a little sweaty, didn't feel great. So I woke up Saturday morning, which is now almost 24 hours post-vax, and I felt more human. I felt kind of okay. I felt better. So I went to my kids' soccer, and throughout the day yesterday, just felt better. And I was like, I feel normal. I feel fine. Didn't need to take meds. Didn't need to do anything like that. Just felt normal. Oh, my temp yesterday was like I would take it to be like in the 97s, like completely what it normally is. Low 98s, high 97s, completely normal. And I felt great last night. Went to bed. I actually slept completely normal last night, the way I normally do. no issues, no anything. And today we're at 3 days post-vax, and I'm still feeling good. So I think it's done. I mean, I'm over 24 hours at this point of feeling completely fine and normal. So I think that those little side effects are done, and yeah, that's it. So basically, as expected, I had some slight low-grade fever and some chills and a little bit of muscle cramping and a little bit of tiredness or sluggishness that started about 12 to 15 hours post-vaccination and was gone within 24 hours of getting those symptoms. Maybe even less than that. Almost like, yeah, about 24 hours. So I had the symptoms for about 24 hours and then they were gone and didn't really come back. So it seems like basically what the doctors and medical professionals and literature is saying the common side effects are. Um, and yeah, that's it. So it seems kind of cool. That was it, and hopefully I'm done, like done with all the side effects, and I'm done with the vaccination, and I'm good to like move on with things from now on. We shall see, but yeah, that's been my experience so far. I'm 72 hours post-vax, feeling good at this point. So I'm planning to do some yard work today and get back into my routine, working out and everything tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's it. That's everything. If anyone has any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. Obviously, I can only tell you about my experience. I can't tell you about what you're going to experience because that's, talk to your doctor, talk to a professional about that stuff. If you're curious to see the phase 3 trials of either Moderna or Pfizer, ask me. I can post links for them. I have you can look them up on Google too, the New England Journal of Medicine articles where they publish the results. They have all that data is freely open to the public, so you can go look at it. But yeah, that's everything. That's my experience with the COVID vaccine so far. So, um, first shot was nothing. Second shot was a little rough. So just if you're getting it, as they say, all the doctors are saying, prepare for a day or two of not feeling great. But yeah, it took me 12 hours to really feel any effects, and they lasted 24 hours. So yeah, that's it, everyone. That's my experience with the COVID shots. So, you know, got any questions, let me know, and hopefully I continue to feel better today, and I can actually do my yard work, and I can start to work out again tomorrow, and that's it. That's everything. So, yeah, later, everyone. Hope y'all have a good day. And again, any questions, just post in the discussion here. Later, everybody.